But my grandfather told me a story that long ago, and this was before they had horses. Uh, the family was running short, low on food, so it was all responsible. The young man took it upon himself to go hunt, hopefully bring a deer back. And when he went, he was well dressed. He had a buckskin shirt, pants, and he said his prayer when he went into the woods. He came out to the clear to go start looking for game. And here, suddenly, something grabbed him by the shoulders, lifted him up. He looked up, and it was a big eagle. So as he was going higher and higher, he got scared, but he was always told to be brave. So when they took him higher and higher, and then they took him up to the Makak Saksa, the place where he couldn't get down. And that day went by, the next day, but he noticed that there was some eggs, eagle eggs there. So the next day he noticed that a male eagle brought him back a deer. So he cut it up, butchered it, and he dried out the hide, scraped it, and he made papa. And he made use of everything that he could. And then just a little while later, the eggs were hatched. The little eaglets were the mother and father of the eaglets were nourishing them, and getting them bigger and bigger. Oh, yeah, and then one day the mother and father eagles were flying nervously above him. So the Lakota was ready. He knew something was about to happen. So he had his bow and arrow ready. There, right behind us, where the eaglets were, a big snake came out with the horns. So that Lakota pulled out his arrow and he shot the snake right in the middle of the forehead. He killed the snake because it went back down into a big old hole in a crack or something in the rocks. The eagles were really happy, the mother and father, so they brought him back more food. That was their Thanksgiving, and they really brought them. So then he made all the dry goods and kept them in a small bundle back. It wasn't small after a while, but he had to eat too as well. And he was figuring out, how can I get down? I think I've done my duty, So, but he noticed that the little eaglets were flying around to rock. They're practicing up, showing the Lakota what they can do. And the idea came. He said, I'm going to tie these two eagles together. And, I'm going to get my bundle of papa, all my hide stuff out, and pushed them off and jumped with them, which he did. And they flew down like that. They were strong enough to carry him, two of them. They took him down, and he got to the bottom. He let them go, and he walked home. He went looking for his camp, found his family, and everyone was happy to see him, and they were all worried that something had happened to him. But the women cried, and they were really happy. Sister. And that after a while, he went in the teepee, his home, and he told his mom, his dad, and the older men what had happened. But the moral of the story, like I was telling this guy here, is that, when you ask Wakatkaka for something, you're going to have to do something for him too. Rather be making tobacco ties, offering some food, blessing, and for help. If you do something for him, he'll surely do something for you. And so when you do, but in any individual want to do something that's that they need help with. They pray, and then they ask, they will get help. And that's the faith that that's instilled in with us with these stories and the moral stories that you ask and you shall receive. He has to do something first though for those eagles. And then they helped him. They helped him get meat. They fed him first before, but then there was something he had to do. So I hope this story has helped everyone to be much stronger individual as far as going and providing for your family and being a protector. You protected them eaglets. And that's the kind of person you have to be too. So Lala never told us those things, what I'm explaining, but just to let everyone know the story behind it.